Yeah, Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois in Wembley last night. Shocker, shocker. Obviously, like Dubois is a good boxer, innit? Like no one was like thinking he's not a good boxer, but the way that that fight went down was insane from the jump. If you want to expand on it, then I'll say add on to what you're saying,
Yeah.
bro.
No, I did. I think we didn't predict him to sort of come out the traps the way he did. I mean, he took the center of the ring in the first round, and that was it. Really, he dominated the whole fight. He stepped to
Yep,
AJ in the first round. He knocked him down in the first round,
yep.
and yeah, rocked him every single round up until the fifth round where he stopped him. So yeah, it was very impressive from Daniel Dubois. But AJ wasn't at it. He didn't get a minute to sort of compose himself, even when you thought he nearly had him. He then got stopped. So yeah, it was very impressive from Daniel Dubois. But AJ needs to sort of figure out what he's going to do after this fight now because um, he's been rocked like this a couple times.
Yeah.
He got rocked in that Klitschko fight, which was the first sort of sight of him having a bit of a glass jaw. And then we saw that with Andy Ruiz, which was a big shock, a massive shock, more than this one here. But yeah, he needs to figure out what he's going to do after this fight now.
I think Dubois 27. AJ is only 34. You know.
Yeah, yeah, heavyweight. It isn't too old. Isn't too old, so he can have a few fights here and there. But who those fights are, I don't know.
Yeah, I was speaking to a buddy of mine who is like well entrenched in somewhat in the sports in I mean the sports industry as well as boxing specifically. And like I was texting him, said, bro, tell me you're watching. He said, bro, I cannot believe it. Like, cause he really likes AJ as well as me. And he was just like, bro, I cannot believe it. I'm gutted. I was like, bro, I'm gutted. Like, I really felt away last night and I don't know why. Actually I do know why, because obviously I like AJ, but like you're saying, from the offset, from the jump, first round dropped him. And then obviously like AJ's legs were gone. I was like, oh man. Like, and then he just kept pounding and pounding and pounding. And then there was a AJ had a few moments where he was like, okay, maybe, like he can get him here, innit? But the boy that obviously AJ's big, but the boy just looked like firm, pause. Do you know what I mean? It's like a strong guy. And yeah, bro, like youth was on his side, I think, especially because like he was just absorbing the punches. And yeah, you could see that the bar took the wind out of AJ, and there's that he could never get it back again. And it was like just kept on hugging for like the last two rounds and stuff. And yeah, man, sad. And then like it was so bad when you saw the knockout and he tried to get up, because it was a good thing the ref ended it, because I mean he had to end it, but like these guys are competitors, so essentially sometimes you have to help them help themselves, innit? And
Yeah.
yeah, but bro, what, like AJ ain't meant to go out like that, man. He ain't meant to go
But
out like that, bro.
also, what did you think of him? Did you see where he stuck his tongue out in maybe
Yeah,
say
yeah.
was it the third round? The
He
third
kept
round?
doing it. He kept doing it in like the
Yeah.
third. Yeah, yeah,
And I think he actually said in his corner, he said something along the lines that Daniel Dubois is shit or something like that. He said he's shit, but then he wasn't doing anything about it. Was To be
yeah.
fair, I thought it could have gone to say maybe the sixth or seventh where
Mm,
Joshua just hugged on to a bit and
yeah.
being a bit more tactical and
Got
just
his stamina
got
back.
his stamina back and got himself in that ring because he was dazed. He was dazed the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and it just seemed like he was unexperienced in that moment where he caught him and he knew. I feel like he should have just held off a little bit, like just calm down. You know you've got that power to rock him, so just calm it down. But yeah,
yeah.
it just seemed very unexperienced yesterday, and I don't know. I think Joshua leans too much on the sort of power, which he has. He has that power, but he needs to be a bit more tactical in these sort of big fights, especially in front of 96,000 as well. Like it's a bit like you said, it's embarrassing to go out like it if he does retire anyway.
He said in the post fight that he's not gonna retire. Obviously, every fight that he has, he always has the rematch clause because he is the A-lister, in it. He is the main attraction and stuff. What I wanted to speak about as well is why is he so disliked? Like, why do so many people like pray? I mean, you said it yesterday when we was texting. They'll build you up to bring you down and stuff. But like, what has he actually done? Like, I don't think he said anything wrong. He hasn't stepped a foot wrong. Like, as far as we're concerned, he's a good father, great businessman. Like, he he himself, because remember Tyson was doing the mad thing, that he himself rejuvenated heavyweight British boxing, not and then heavyweight boxing globally as well because of the resurgence of him. Obviously, I'm not saying these other guys weren't good, but everyone weren't talking about Wilder and them, man. That and then obviously Fury came back, Klitschko, Ruiz. Like, I think he's had a big part to play in the division, like doing the thing again. I don't know if correct me if I'm wrong, Eve.
No, I agree with you 100%. He's brought a new sort of new fan base. I think a lot of girls obviously
Yeah,
love to watch him.
yeah,
Yeah, and like you just said, the heavyweight division wasn't like it was a few years back. Not even a few years back. Maybe say 5 6 years ago.
yeah,
And Anthony Joshua has built it up. He's built his name up. I know the Olympics does help that.
yeah,
Eddie Hearn being his promoter has helped that. But yeah, no, he's had these big fights that have sort of put him to be a world name, a global name.
yeah.
And
Global.
then and this is how Tyson Fury has piggybacked on it.
Yes, he
Deontay
has.
Wilder also has piggybacked on it. So the heavyweight division has somewhat benefited from AJ being there at this moment in time. But yeah, going back to the sort of why he is disliked, I would say I don't know whether he portrays himself as being. I don't know. There's more to it. I think he portrays himself as a good guy, but
But
you've
if he
seen
portrayed
streak.
himself like a
You
bad boy, they would
yeah
cuss him for that as well.
no, but you've seen the streak. So when he lost to Usyk that second fight,
Yeah,
and he reacted the way he did, that is the AJ I think everyone was waiting to see. Is that
yeah,
he's on badness, he's on
yeah,
this mad. I wish he was like that throughout his career, just his authentic self. It seems so media trained in a way, and I get it. It's made him millions. It's made him millions from it. But I feel like a lot of people want him to be his authentic self, and maybe that's where the hate comes. Maybe that's my opinion
yeah,
anyway
yeah.
on it. I don't know whether
And
that's others.
And I could hear it, but at the same time, remember, like the British media and American media are two different medias.
Yeah,
American athletes are allowed to speak, like allowed to speak freely, allowed to be themselves. In the UK, still very much a conservative view on things and stuff like
yeah,
that. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if he has that level of success if he comes out and speaks how he speaks, and you know, not to say that he hasn't done it, because he openly talks about like his troubles in the past, like going prison and shotting and etc. etc. But like in terms of the whole media stuff, I don't know if he would have been like the face of boxing if it were the other way around. Like, for example, many would say Fury's a better fighter than him, but Fury's not the face of boxing. Do you know what I'm saying? Fury's a great fighter, like phenomenal fighter, but he's not he and aesthetically as well, he doesn't help. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just not the face of, but where AJ is, like, I don't know, innit? It's a similar thing. So I don't know why people hate Lewis Hamilton as well. Like I just don't like, what do these guys do? Maybe, like I say, maybe it is the case of like trying to be a good guy or whatever. I don't know, man. But I was so shocked. And if they do a rematch, it's probably gonna be around. I'm gonna try to get tickets. You know what I mean? Like, cause I watched this one. I actually watched this one on a TikTok live. I'm not gonna lie to you. Still,
oh, did you actually?
yeah. One woman, like, she kept on like her people kept like marking it, like saying that, oh, violation. And I don't know why. Like, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Innit? Like, stop spoiling it for the rest of us. But yeah, I actually watched it on TikTok live, so clear and that. I walked past the pub and I was just like, you know what, I just can't be asked. Because I went to the gym, I was like, yeah, I can't. But it's a bit rowdy in there. Like you said, you know what I mean. Everyone thinks they're pro boxing now, fucking
Yeah.
shadow boxing and that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, but yeah, nah, man. Like, where does he go from it? I said, my brethren said, if he doesn't do the rematch, he'll continue to fight, but it won't be like headliner names.
Yeah,
Would you?
I
You
agree.
just said the
Yeah,
same thing, innit?
I would agree with that. I think those sort of.
Because he's still gonna sell tickets, AJ,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, of course. I think the sort of likes of Dillian White, a Dillian White fight, a sort of these are things that are going to bring back him into sort of the main headline. So, Dillian White fight, maybe a Joshua Parker fight, maybe
Chisora?
a Chisora, you never know. That could be his next move. That could be his next move up. His next fight, to be fair. Because I don't see this rematch happening.
Mm.
The way it was, yeah, the way he went out, yeah, it's not happening. I think that Daniel Dubois deserves the sort of fight against Usyk again or Tyson Fury. I think.
He went out, but man, he ain't meant to go out like that, man. He's really not meant to go out like that, bro. He was meant
But
to go out like
what would be the next step for him if he won that fight yesterday? Would it have been Tyson Fury again, Tyson Fury, or
Tyson
would it have
Fury didn't
been
call it a day, man. They didn't call
then
it a
call it
day.
a day?
But
Okay.
I don't think the Fury fight's ever gonna happen, and that's one of the
No,
biggest
no, it's done now.
upsets. That's one of the biggest upsets in British history, sporting history, boxing history as well. But I will say this, and I said this to my brethren as well, and we've probably spoken about this before. I think Mayweather messed up the sport of boxing because guys are afraid to lose now. You know what I mean? Like, cause he what before when he retired was it 49 or 50 and 0?
49, I think.
Yeah, so
I
he's
think I'm
49
not
and
too
0.
sure about his
And, and
record.
and that's amazing to go 49 and 0, right? And he did fight the big boys as well, but a lot of people said he didn't fight the big boys when they were on their pump. Like, do you know what I mean? But he still fought them. I feel like with AJ, like he's fought fights that yeah, I could lose, but I could win. Do you know what I'm saying? And people want to see it, and I'm gonna get paid as well, whatever, whatever. Like he hasn't ducked the smoke other than the Fury fight, and yeah, other than the Fury fight, I don't really think he's ducked smoke like that. I don't know. What's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I think the heavyweight division's a bit different. I think it's that punch power. Punch power is different, and so you know you can get rocked and you're done
One bang.
with one punch. Yeah, so um, yeah, I think AJ, yeah, AJ has always come back from his losses, which you've got to give it to him.
Yeah.
I think the Andy Ruiz was the biggest that no one ever
Do you believe
really
the concussion rumors?
um no, I don't believe it, but
Mm,
it is what it is.
yeah,
He has his own version of it, but um yeah, he's always come back from his losses. So I like you said, he'll probably do a few domestic fights here and there. But I don't know whether he'll ever get to the heights that he was at after this
yeah.
fight.
Had a great career though, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Great
great
career.
career. Made his millions, invested in stuff, and I know he's been in talks with a lot of the Saudi guys, so that always helps, I guess.
Yeah, great stuff. I think we can finish it there, Ethan, eh? Or is
Yeah.
there anything else to add? Yeah.
No, I think
Uh
we've done well there.
yeah, quickly, in and out. Bob's your uncle. You know what I mean? I was so upset though, man. Oh my
No,
days.
I know, I hear it, but I also was like, because I know boxing in itself, and I know how good Daniel Dubois looked going into it. He looked
Yeah,
very calm and composed.
yeah.
AJ was riled up from the get go. I think that sit down. Did you watch the
I did
sit
watch
down
it.
where
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah,
he was like, "Watch yourself." I
yeah,
think that was it. Sometimes it is the mental game as well with
yeah,
boxing.
yeah,
If you see a little twitch or oh, that's unusual. You don't usually see this.
yeah,
Then sometimes you're like, oh, put my money on the other guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
To be fair, yeah, I was so tempted to put it on Daniel Dubois yesterday. I had the feeling on it.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I did win some money. Or I put one. I think I put a knockdown between the rounds 1 to 6. I
Oh,
put a fiver, a little five, yeah, fiver on
yeah.
it. I got £15 back, which sets me up today to do a few bets. But yeah, no, I was so tempted to put a bet on, but yeah, it didn't happen.
Oh man. All right, cool people. That was Hourly Pod. Just a little quick emergency podcast because of reacting to Joshua versus Dubois. And that's it. We're out. Peace, man.